look on the Facebooks and stuff, and very, very sad to learn via the Facebooks and various things that Playaway in Folkestone, after 20 years, is shutting down.
Ian's finally decided to take it on himself to retire after what has to be a crazy long, non-stop life of gaming, working in gaming, repairing consoles and selling games.
Yeah. So we basically went over to Chris and said, "Oi, cameraman, get here! Get over here!" And shoved him in the car. And we grabbed Jason and shoved him in the car, and off we went to Folkestone. This really sucks. The whole closing down sale bit sucks balls. For the last time, and look in the window for the last time at the rather sad and beaten up, kind of very, very ugly looking Lara Croft statue.
So we get in the door, we all look around, and I go straight over to the Xbox One section. I'm looking at the games, but kind of not really registering. It's kind of really hitting home how, my God, he's shouting, "Why? They don't like this." And, you know, all we hear in the background is people saying the same thing over and over again. "You can't shout, you can't shout. You've been our #1 go-to person for 20 years, because it's his 20th year in Folkestone."
Walk in, and it is very sad to see Ian go. There was a sort of feeling of sort of, you know, for all of us. Cliff felt it worse, but we had a feeling of for all of us. But at the same point, we were like, "Oh, cheap things! What cheap things do they have?"
I did half that. So $4.75, right?
And if you've got Ultimax,
then it's got different controls to the WWE game.
Yes.
It's horrible.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
The multiverse. Oh dear. Did anyone actually ever play that game?
What's that?
What's that?
Family Guy on 360.
Yes, I played for it. It's really, really good. It's really, Chris, it's really, really good. Play for it on 360. The discounts today are freaking really, really good. I mean, you've got Xbox One, PS4, PS Vita games, buy 2 get a third free. You've got and Wii U. You've got PlayStation 2, original Xbox, DS, pretty much everything else half price, and you've even got cartridge only Game Boy Advance games, all just £1.
He's in full ferret mode, isn't he?
He's not actually taking anything out, but he is ferreting quite well.
So here I am, I'm mellowing, laying on the floor, you know, getting cosy, looking through the PS1 games.
Ferreting, yes, ferreting. It's all in ferret mode.
Shouldn't somebody get him a pillow?
I would like.
With no cushion to make it
that'd be
comfortable.
brilliant.
I don't know, it'd be a lot better if you had one little Troy's with wheels on, just so he can just kind of like push himself backwards and forwards. You know what I mean?
Especially if you can get one that lifts up so you can move up and down as well.
That would be fantastic. I would love that.
Little Jack.
Yeah.
Let's put that on in there, Joe. Right? Is that Neo?
I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, I thought it came
Very
out
similar.
with some sort of magical drop and that sort of stuff.
It's very similar, but
She's like watching me. Stay here now, I'm not moving. We shall not be moved. For you?
No.
Sure.
Yep. Hell no.
I feel like someone should bring me some grapes or something.
stomp you when you're down there. You got still Dragon EX?
No.
Is that very good, Jay?
Yeah, that's £1.50. Buy that.
I'm bored down there now, thought I'd get up and join the rest of the world.
Over to the PS3 section. And I go to the PS3 section and I'm going to go through it and I'm just yoink, 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 all the way through like some kind of mad kind of Gambit in reverse kind of thing, you know.
Do we have these games?
Yes, I've got every console.
Do we have
Have some should film him going up the stairs, one down the stairs, one last time.
Was the incredibly sad music for the Incredible Hulk playing? You know, the old 70s Luther Ridley one.
You've bought 2 Xbox One games?
Yeah.
It's buy 2 get 1 free, Chris.
Oh, you pain in the...
Fair enough. That is like the X-Men game.
Okay, fine.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, it's like that. That's the Xbox section, and I was kind of just behind Cliff, because Cliff was going like from the left. I'm going to piss Cliff off, and I went from the right. And all of a sudden he was like,
I speeded up.
oh, and he sort of sped up, so he kind of caught up with me on the other side. But yeah, he found Run Like Hell, and he's, oh, I'm going to get this. I'm like, dude, you've got it. And he's like,
I still do that.
yeah. You know, so he's like, oh. And it's like, I will have it though. Only it's DC.
Fantastic, isn't it? When you hear. Have you played that?
That's brilliant.
It has a shark gun.
It's got a land shark gun.
Land shark gun.
It's got a gun that fires sharks. They fire baby sharks.
wonder
they go
he likes
they go into the ground.
Yeah.
They fly along. They grow into full adult sharks
Yeah,
on the way, and they kind of like eat people. How can you not love a game like that?
£1.50.
And it's got a weird sort of C-3PO kind of gay butler
What?
Roman centurion
to have it.
robot, which is brilliant. How much is it?
£1.50.
Go on. I've not got it.
They need to bring out a road rash. They do.
They do. But considering how bad the last 2 were on the PlayStation 1, it's not surprising they haven't.
Yeah.
Jailbreak and there's another one.
What's the one that was on the Xbox?
Xbox? It wasn't on Xbox.
Or am I thinking of the PlayStation?
Your figure speakings.
Yes.
Yes.
The one with Soundgarden doing the soundtrack.
I don't know, because they might have been there on there, but the Soundgarden was on the Road Rash, the original Road Rash, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As well.
I remember having one of them, and then
Speaking
I
was very much
managed
like
to
burnout
lose
on
it.
bikes. It's like Road Rash, it just burn out on bikes. Yeah, actually plays Maria.
Yeah?
It's it's Under Heaven's Gate or something. Actually, it's a separate thing. You choose on the menus. She actually plays Maria. So, and that wasn't in the original version.
No.
And it's a load of weird stuff that happens in number 2,
Whole
Silent
thing,
Hill 2.
awesome game, but I
It's only
can't.
Silent Hill more ending, isn't it?
The thing is, I was seeing all the ending. I sat there, I played it for weeks, did all the endings, and I was so drained with it, I had to get rid of it.
That terrible game!
Well, the biggest problem was it was an online game, and they took the online out. So you have to kind of deal with all the really bad AI running around shooting
Yes,
bullets.
yes, you know, you give a guy a Magnum and he goes and pulls out a bloody toilet bulb brush and then complains that he's being attacked by a bloody zombie, and you're like, well, use the gun that I gave you. Wing damage.
So one thing about Ian's is when you go there's one thing you're always guaranteed, and if you wait long enough, or if you pick a game up where he's not sure of, there's one thing you'll see every single time. And what he does is basically he's got 2 storerooms. He's got upstairs and he's got downstairs. So you give him a game, especially if it's a Mega Drive game or something like that, and the same routine happens every time. And that is,
First off, he sort of looks at you and kind of peers kind of over his glasses a bit. Then he scratches his head and looks very confused. Very, very confused. So he goes upstairs and you hear rummaging. That is kind of like, you don't know where it's coming from, you haven't got a clue what's up there.
but basically what you're thinking of right now is the Matrix, right? What's happening is he's up there, he's got there, he's looking around, and all of a sudden, poof! All the guns in the Matrix, like no, they're shelves of video games. And that's what's going through our minds right now.
Oh, it's like the Ark of the Covenant place, where there's the library thing at the end of it, where they put like the Ark, and he's kind of like perusing through the aisles on a Segway, just kind of like, you know, just yeah, you know. And he comes down from upstairs.
That's his look.
And he still looks puzzled.
The scratch.
Yeah, and Finger comes up again.
The look around the shop.
Yeah. Finger comes up again, and off he goes downstairs. And you hear more rummaging. And yeah. And then eventually he normally comes back with exactly what you wanted, and maybe even something that you actually wanted but didn't actually know existed.
Actually, he's done that whole sequence pretty much every single time I've purchased a game from him. And it's been brilliant. And when I went there the last time, I couldn't get the footage, unfortunately. I said to him about it, and Gavin was laughing in the background, and then he was like, "No, I don't." And everyone looked at each other, and we were like, "Yeah, you do." So I tried to get him to reenact it, and it didn't happen, unfortunately. But we know. Anyone that's going to Playaway, we know. Okay. Come on, hurry up, Ian. Do this, get you confused, to actually change your mind. I had to feel a bit sorry for Ian on the day because we've got Richard's ill and Gavin's away on holiday, so he's got like a little helper from across the road who's never worked there before, and the guy doesn't know where anything is, and the queues get bigger and bigger, and Ian's trying to serve one customer and direct him to where the stuff is for the other customers and all that. Oh, sorry. He's waiting for you. He's trying his best. You're so far ahead of everyone when it comes to work, aren't you?
Give them people plates.
Yeah. Well.
Right.
I got my first stash of games.
Only the
This
first
man's
day.
retiring. Get him on camera. You're not retiring. You've got to be back in a year. You have a year off, all right?
A year off, yeah.
Brain's rebooting. Can you see the steam coming out them ears?
Steam requires some kind of activity to be involved in there, you know what I mean? A bit of dust and maybe the occasional moth.
As opposed to the bird's nest that's going on around here at the moment.
He's just rebooting, aren't you? With his contest now.
Yeah, Tony wins. I bow down.
But it comes to like how much stuff you'd found, you know, it's like, I win! You know, I had this like huge, massive
Tony
pile.
Wins, yeah.
Yes, you know, you are the winner! Yeah, but you're going to continue it next week, so it's...
For one game, and then whatever's left.
and then you're just going to be like, oh, splurgy, I'll have this.
I'll have all those links in.
Yeah, we only come in with for one game and leave with about 10, 15.
It has happened, I've come in for one game and only bought the one. Can't remember when.
It's not because, only because the other ones that you took up to the counter, the other 10 didn't have instructions.
Yeah. It has a bloody manual at last.
You and your manuals.
Yeah. I went through them as well. No, right.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
He's going to have to take the till with him. He's going to be like that.
With Ian, it always just, you know, if you've got stuff to trade, if you get doubles when you're buying bundles, or you just want something, I mean, you'd go there straight away, and my God, his trading prices were amazing. His cash prices were amazing. And through the years, he never ever changed. I mean, if he bought a game off you for £12, it would be on the shelf for what, 18?
Yeah, 17.
You know, 17. It would not be a CE extra.
Can't quite see Donkey Kong, but still.
Where?
Over there, look.
I can't see him either.
I should zoom in. Zoom. Or maybe not zoom. There you go, up there.
I see him now. He's just kind of cunningly hidden amongst the Funko Pops. You know, where's Wally's style?
Yeah, it's...
Where is Conky Dog?
Well, yeah, where's got... You sure you're going to fit them all in the car?
Mine! My toys!
Yeah,
because they have to go under a figure, don't they? Those ones. They have to go under
actually goes under the
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They literally go on. Your figure goes on like that.
On the top.
And it won't work if there's a figure on there.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for that. No, I'm not saying. That's worth to be known.
The kid knows.
I was like, do I want to admit to this? I'm like, oh, okay.
Once again, Ian, thanks. Enjoy your retirement. Yeah, you'll see me next week, but you won't see these guys, will you? What was the name of your shop in Canterbury? Computer World, yeah, that was, I couldn't remember. Yes. Everyone comment down below. If you comment more than one comment, he won't retire.
He will.
Cheers, buddy. See you later. Thank you.
Sweet.
Okay, so we've finished. Let's go and see what our friend Thomas has bought first. What have you bought, Thomas?
What did I get? I got one GBA game. Only supposed to get it too.
For £1.
Yes, what a squid. I got one DS game. Sonic Superstars Tennis for
£2.
£2, yes.
It says 2M, so that's 2 million.
A plethora of PS2.
Shoot through him.
Yeah. Super Monkey Ball, Deluxe. Manhunt.
And the drill in the background.
Street Fighter Anniversary Edition.
Fucking bargain, that one. Has a Street Fighter movie in it, in really badly grainy quality.
DOA 2.
Da 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 da. Kasumi.
Okay, and Jack 3. True Crime Shoots the Ballet. Splashdown 2. A clip recommendation.
And number one.
Along with Splashdown.
Awesome games. When it works out as £1 each, you can't go wrong with them games. They're brilliant. Tons of content and everything. Great fun to play.
Yep. Zoe.
So, of the Enders.
Another clip recommendation. Shoot 'em up.
Steel Dragon EX. But Tony was one that forced you to have it. But at that price, my god, it's ridiculously cheap.
Aqua.
Wet Tricks 2! It's quite funny because two different case variations of that.
Midway Arcade Treasures number 3.
It's a sequel to Midway Arcade Treasures number 2.
R-Type was the final.
Which I found for him. Finally.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And Rygar, the Legendary Adventure.
Another one I found for him.
Yes.
And Jason is Mr. Rygar. What do you think about Ian retiring?
It's a sad day all round. I remember him back in the days when we went to Canterbury. He was an awesome guy then, still an awesome guy now. And we sorely missed.
Yeah, priced up and bought my games, which are cool. And I'm now going to show you Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Fucking Bolts. And Outrun 2 for the original Xbox, not Coast to Coast, because that's much more expensive. It's got a fucking shark gun, a land shark gun. I am having this instead, and that was Run Like Hell. And that is X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse, Earth Defense Force, Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon, for £3.50. Yeah, fuck it. Generations of War 2. Trinity, the Souls of Zilol, which I have never heard of, and it was Tales of Zestiria.
The names.
Which, I don't know, it sort of sounds a bit lemony. Lemony. And that is Last Rebellion. I think it looks a little bit Final Fantasy-esque. I'm not sure, we'll see. J-Stars versus Thingy. Oh, excuse me. J-Stars Victory versus Plus, which is really weird. I got Afro Samurai
Samuel L. Jackson.
for the princely sum of £2. So, yeah, £2.50. Yes, I'll pay that. Yeah, so the entire lot comes to £50. So I believe that is 14 games for £50. So, yeah, you can't fucking sneeze at that.
Oh look, the cameraman's in front of the camera. What did you buy today?
Darksiders War Mastered Edition.
Yeah, that features like everything, all the DLC and nice and crisp and cleaned up graphics.
Yes, because I enjoyed the first one and decided to get it again.
I'd buy that for a shiny dollar.
I wish it was $1. Mad Max!
Mad Max, such a great game. Well, I wouldn't say it's a great game, but it's so compelling that once you start playing it, you literally can't stop, no matter how hard you try.
And awesome for £15.
These are buy two get one free, weren't they, Chris?
Yes. And the third, which I've already got.
He's bought it to sell it to a friend.
Evil Within!
Yeah, that is a fantastic game by the creator of Resident Evil.
Yes.
Such a good game.
Cool.
Always cool. Thomas? So, let's see what I bought. Basically, around the store, he's basically had a top shelves and behind where he's just had plushies laying about. And they were his, they weren't, you know, for sale or anything like that. And I just thought, on the off chance, to ask him. And guess what? Plushies! Now, my plushies. Plushies, 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 plushies. Mine. Yes, so Kira's playing through Skylanders, and so he also has an awesome deal of 3 for 2 on Skylanders. And these Skylanders are swap force for a £5 each, so I got these 3 for a tenner. You try and find these fuckers for a tenner anywhere, you know, our fucking challenger. And the games I purchased. Poochie Carrot. Garrett. It's a puzzle game, I have no idea what it is. And I got myself Capcom Puzzle World, because it's one that I had before, and hence I sold my PSP collection a while back. And didn't have it, and do again now.
A very long time ago.
Very long time, many years ago. And I bought this because it's the only place I've ever actually seen the PSP version, and that's Spectral vs. Generation. I actually bought the PS2 version from his shop as well, but now I have it on the go for my PSP. Walking around, I missed something until it was thrown at me in my face by Tony, and that was Batman.
That's something you've been looking for ages.
Yes, £2 bloody 50. So I've picked this up twice with no manual, and no manual means going back on the shelf. But good old Ian. South Park, the stick of truth as well. You know, it's another game I wanted to get. It's generally sells about £8 to £10. £4, and I finished that day off with 3 more Xbox games. I got this one. I've been wanting to get this one for a while, but it's always been ridiculously high, like 20 odd quid. Now he had it for a £5, but on the day it was £2.50, and that was Justice League. And this game really just said,
oh, it's awful.
A bit at £2.50.
It's awful.
Yeah, a game that launched the career of James Remar. Ha ha ha. He was going to be Hicks until he had an argument with James Cameron. I wonder who lost out there. Yeah, so I've got my stuff and I'm having a general little chat. And there's one thing. Whilst I'm leaving today, it's not my last turn of seeing him, because I'm popping over next week. In fact, here I go. Well, here I am, guys. It's a sad time as I'm going to enter Playaway for the last ever time.
You know that for the younger boy, not the professor. There's three.
It's just those two.
Do you know where Bart is?
Yeah, we went. I don't think we've got him, have we? Let's have a look. They're all out now, so we may not have it. That's this one.
Yeah.
That's a level pack. That's one of the that's not an £8.99. That's a £19 pack.
So after so many years, you're going to miss Ian?
Yeah, I will do. I will miss it.
Yeah. I think we all miss him. We'll all miss him like crazy.
I'll still keep in touch.
Yeah.
I'll keep in contact.
As it's the last time, we don't mind. Yeah. Upstairs.
Minutes.
Because it's the one.
No, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, and then I've got Assassin's Creed 3.
Right, I got to shoot off because my parking ticket's going to be dying. Take care, buddy.
Yeah.
So I've been in there for the last time, and I picked up the last few bits, and I wanted to kind of make my last visit sort of special in a way, and he'd sold the Charmeleon he was supposed to keep by for me. Naughty Ian. But never mind, I picked up, with the last of my credit, Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, because I love the Uncharted games. Hard Driving, which he did me for £10. So I got this. I got Mega Man X, and what it says £59 on it. He did it for me for the bargain price of £49. And this will always remind me of the last game I purchased from my friend Ian. This was the old days. We just had the taint that Ian was shutting, but it was like, my God, lots of stuff. We picked up so much stuff and we spent so little.
Yeah.
It was 4, 5, 6 years ago again.
It was the Renaissance
really,
again.
really good. We was all so cheery and happy. It was a game hunting day, something you just can't have anymore.
So yeah, you know, it's the end of the day. We've all got stuff.
Not just the end of the day, though, is it, dude? It's the end of an era.
Yes.
And we're all going to be missing Mr. Ian. What is his last name?
I can't remember.
It's Mr. Ian.
Yes, Ian.
But yes, he's been fantastic through the years, and game hunting will never be the same.